Hello and welcome. It's Ruth here at Artful Stampin, and I'm going to be stamping some bookmarks today, pre-recorded because I'm away at the moment from my desk and my home, and I've got to make some bookmarks for Mothering Sunday, which is actually tomorrow, but you're seeing this after it's passed. And I wanted to use the painted lavender set and try and do as many different types of sheets as possible with it. So I've pre-cut my cardstock. I've got Fresh Freesia here, and I just thought, of course, that goes with the whole lavender theme, and I pre-cut it to 7 inches that way. Now, normally when I make my bookmarks, I will stamp them onto one cardstock, then mount them onto another, but because I've got so much to do, so many to make, I'm just going to do one layer this time. I have various collections I have a collection of green and lilacs and purpley colours here. I'm not sure what I'm going to be using, but we'll just go for it. So to start off with, I know that I want to have a go using the really cute like grass stamp, and maybe build up a bit of a picture, starting off having it quite dark at the front and then building it up as we go into the background. So typically my rule is let's stamp with the light colour first and go from there. Now I have just re-inked my ink pads because they were starting to get a little bit dry, and so some of them may look like they've got splotches on them, but hopefully, bear with, they should be okay. And I've just realised I need to get my stamp mats. So by the magic of editing, there we go, they're here. Right, there we go. Let's get started. So if you're new to my channel, very, very welcome to you, or warm welcome to you, and please do join in the comment section, or if you're watching this on the premiere, do join in on the chat, and I'm sure you'll have a warm welcome from other people as well who are watching along. So this is soft sea foam. Now, it may be coming across as a little bit more browner than usual, and that's because when you mix pale green onto lilac, you get some funny things happening with the colours. You're not going to see a true soft seafoam colour, and so it does look slightly beigey, but that's okay. So would you believe it? I don't know what happened to the filming, but yeah, my camera went off and you've missed me stamping all these sections. All right, let me explain what I did. So I used this stamp here and stamped in Granny Apple Green some stems, and then I've been stamping with this one in Fresh Freesia and this one in Highland Heather to get those flowers on there. All right, now we've all caught up, we'll carry on. So now I want to add some of these lovely kind of like grassy stems to the bottom of here, and I'm kind of deliberately leaving space at the top because I do want to add some verses across there. And I've realised that I shouldn't have gone up with my stamp there to do any second generation. I should have just left it as it is, really. Never mind. Learnt my lesson. And there are some pretty little like flowers here, but I'm thinking that this little I've been using this to add to other floral images creations, but I've never used it as part of the grass before, so let's see what that looks like. Oh, so pretty. Oh, that's so nice. And I'm doing first and second generation. I'm just moving it on very slightly, like so. Oh, that's so delicate and pretty. I hope you can see all that. All right, that's nice. And now I want to have something to kind of connect this section to this bit here. And so I do have these. They've got floral and leaves in there. It's a bit tricky to know what to do. I just want to hide the beginning of these stems, really. So I'm not going to do them everywhere. Just going to do the odd ones. All right. Maybe, ooh, what about some of these little leaves? Add some of those on. Oh, that's just nice. Nice little bit of additional texture just to connect those two sections together. Oh, that's nice. Right, I'd like to put a little bit more purple into here though. And there is that little cluster of flowers. So I'm going to come back in with Highland Heather for this. It's very odd me stamping away on my own in my craft room without anybody to talk to. So I'm just going to have to imagine that you're all there watching. Usually I go live on this channel for those of you who perhaps are not so familiar with what I do here. And I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mid Wales, UK. And I've been stamping for probably about 15 years now, but I've been a demonstrator for nearly 13. And I just love making my own patterned paper to make things look pretty. All right, I'm going to stop there and cut this up now. And the reason I'm going to cut it up before putting on any verses or sentiments is so that I can really see where to do that. So bring on my trimmer. And I'm going to cut these at 1 7/8 or kind of 4.7 centimeters. And the reason I cut these at this size is so that I can put them in a little 2" by, I think they're about a 2x8 little cellophane bag. And I do often get asked where I bought them from, and I purchased my recent lot from eBay. Oh, years ago Stampin' Up! Used to sell them, and I happily bought them. And I preferred the Stampin' Up! Ones because they were really thick and got real nice kind of quality to them. As with all of Stampin' Up! Products, they are, you know, Stampin' Up! Pride themselves in high quality. But unfortunately, the ones that I bought weren't so. My more recent ones just aren't as nice. I think may the Lord bless you and keep you. That one, that fit? Yes. I can see I didn't clean this stamp off the last time I used it. Naughty, naughty. Right, so take that off. Let's stick that on there. And I think let's go in with some of the gorgeous grape. And up there. Lovely. And of course there's those tiny little purple, tiny butterflies in this set that I'd like to do in this purple too. This is one of the darker purples that Stampin' Up! Do. We do have a darker one called Blackberry Bliss, but I find Blackberry Bliss is going towards the more sort of dark red. It's purple, but it's got more of a reddish tone to it, whereas Gorgeous Grape is more of a true purple. Right, little butterflies. Let's stick those on there. And so, yeah, leaving some elements to do after you've cut it up means that you can kind of look and see where there are some gaps in the work, and you can kind of like see where you may want to put those, whereas you don't always see that until you've actually cut it up. Ah, there we go. Right, one lot done. Those are super pretty. And we're only just using this one, oh no, 2 stamp sets today. Right, I'm going to get another piece of paper, or cardstock rather, which I did have pre-cut. Where's it gone? Oh, here we go. Right, I'm going to keep these ready to use again because I think I will use those colours on there. This time I want to do a slightly different design. So, shall we start with that big green one? Bring back my mats. So do let me know in the comments if you have the painted lavender stamp set. And if you have played with it, what do you think of it? I really like it because it's got lots of different types of leaves on it. And you don't necessarily have to use them to make lavender. They also work well with other stamp sets. So, right, so I'm doing a bit of a spray here of greenery. And sometimes it is quite nice to see what just one well-designed stamp used multiple ways can create. And certainly doing this, you know, stamp, stamp and stamp again technique just really shows it off beautifully. Just want to fill in some of these gaps down here now. Just like, looks like grass waving in a field. How pretty is that? So this time I might go in with some Highland Heather. Just stamp this nice big flower. It's also quite fun just to have to use this one stamp set or 2 stamp sets and just see what variations that you can create. Right, do I want that? Yeah. I'll go for that in Gorgeous Grape. Just love how these 2 stamps pair up so beautifully together to create a really nice depth of texture here. Beautiful, so simple to do. Right, I'm going to clean this off because I want to do some extra purple in there. So bring back the Highland Heather. Just a little bit here and there. That's pretty. And these little flowers. I'm going to do these in Fresh Freesia, almost like they're really far in the distance. There we go. I think that's plenty for this one. Right, let's get this cut up now. So normally when I get a stamp set, I try and use colours that are a bit different from how they're depicted in the catalogue, because I find that's very easy to get kind of caught up with whatever colours the concept artists have used for the catalogue samples. But when you break away from them a little bit, it's really interesting to see how else they work. So, all right, I know what, I'm going to do all the phrases again, but I'll cut this out and then we'll get on to doing the butterflies. All right, so I've done the verse and I'm going to add some butterflies now. And again, we've got such great choice now of where to place these, because I've got a better idea of what space I have. So I can kind of fill in any gaps that I feel there is on the design. Down here. Ooh, squeeze one in down there. All right. So a little bit different from the previous ones, but just as pretty. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've done 12 so far, so I'm just going to do another 6 and then we'll be done. So this time I think I'll use this stamp to do some purpley like flowers. Now do forgive me if they don't actually look like lavender. We're going to see what happens when I do this. So I mean, there's lots of flowers that have these kind of like long stems with flowers coming off them. So I suppose that's what's quite fun, is that if you do change up the colours, you can pretend that there's something else. And I'm wondering, what about adding that long thin one into it now? So I've just got to find a block. Okay, let's put it on there. So I just stamped that in Fresh Freesia. So it's Fresh Freesia on Fresh Freesia. And this just really goes to show that you can stamp one colour, you know, an ink colour on a card colour, and it will show up fine. And I'm just going to add a few flowers into there, like so. And oh, I quite like that. It's got a real kind of spray to it. And oh, what else can we do? I feel like we need some green in here now. Oh, I forgot I got Old Olive out as well. Not used that yet. Let's do some leaves. Might have to mix some lighter ones into this, because this is coming out quite dark. Okay, I like it though. Do some lower down. Okay, looks good. I want some brighter green in here, so we can easily just do that with this grassy stamp and just put that all the way across. Okay, nice. Do I want anything else? Maybe some little flowers. It's like they're floating off into the sky there a little bit, really. Wondering whether to put a little bit of, use this one now to put some Fresh Freesia going up a bit higher. Seeing as we have a bit of space on there, take those up a bit more. Oh, these remind me of a little, there is a plant with sort of pinky little very, like, they sort of look like they're going off into a spike, but they've got lots of tiny little pink flowers. Some of you, I'm sure, will know what I'm talking about. Got a few gardeners out there in my viewership. All right, right, we'll stop that there, and by the magic of TV, I will cut these up and come back to you. So I've cut them up, and I've also put the verse on. I'm ready to do my butterflies. And so this is quite fun because it's almost like a little stamp embellishment going on, as I'm not going to put any gems or anything like that on here because they are bookmarks. So of course they need to stay as flat as possible so that they don't damage the books. Oop, forgot that one. Oh, nice little space there. Are we done? Yay, all done. All right, so just made 18 bookmarks in, oh, I know the timer is saying 20 minutes, but I know I had time for cutting up as well. But that probably took about half an hour to do in total. And all that remains for me to do is to pop them into my little cello baggies, which I may go and get my husband's watching TV or something now. I think I might go and get him to do this job for me so I can get on and do something else. So there we go. That's what it's going to look like when finished in the baggie. And the reason why I do recommend getting some sort of cellophane bag like this is because it does protect them, and once that's sealed, I'm not saying it will never get wet or never get moisture in it, but it does protect it a little bit. And I just find doing it this way, it's so much quicker and easier than having to laminate them. If you were to set these out on a laminator and put them through the machine and then you have to cut them all out, it just adds a considerable amount of time to the project, which I don't have time for. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this little video, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon. So take care of each other, and please do let me know what you think of them, and which one would you like? I know they all look a bit similar now, to be honest, but it was nice to do slightly different approaches for them all. Oh, colours, let's go through colours. I nearly forgot, just because I'm not live, you see. Right, we use soft sea foam, Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, gorgeous grape, granny apple green, and if you did like that extra bit of dark green there, I did get garden green out, but I didn't use it. But if you like that extra bit of dark green, that's in old olive. And then the stamp sets used were painted lavender for all the florals and everything, and then just courage and faith for the sentiment. And oh, I just noticed dottage. Oh my goodness. I forgot about this. Got to have some dottage. Oh, Glenna won't forgive me if I don't put dottage on. Right, let's see. Got to have something. Little trail. Little trail here and there. Oh, I'm going to be here for another few minutes now. So if you all want to start saying goodbye to each other in the chats, and you know, if you just want to go and scroll and find another video to watch, I'm just going to spend a few minutes doing this now. So there we go. Take care, everyone. Thank you. Got to have the little, you know, little dots. Just makes makes the world go round, doesn't it? These little things. Oh, right. Happiness is a dottage stamp. There we go. Right. Oh, and then I've got to get that one out of there as well, haven't I? Because you know, someone's bound to notice if I haven't done this one as well. Oh, I've just realised there was another bunch that I haven't showed you. These ones here. Right, so this was the first lot that I did. They were tucked behind. So I know I'm in a hurry now, but I'm trying to be careful as I stamp these. It's very tempting to go very fast doing something like this, but if you go too fast, it shows in the work, because you can accidentally kind of do a little movement and twist, and it doesn't look as good. So let's just... Right, done. So that's 18, all done. Lovely. Right, take care everyone. See you soon. Bye.